Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is the Ready, Set, Go preview show. This is a show that I look forward to every single week because I have an opportunity to come and hang out with the comic book community, and it is a thing that I just enjoy. And if this is your first time watching one of my live streams, I want to say welcome to you, and I want to encourage you to hit the subscribe button. That way you can stay abreast of all the content that comes out from the channel on a weekly basis. We do a couple of live streams a week, this one and one on Wednesday, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I release pre-recorded content that is also fabulous. But I'm having a difficult time talking today, but I will tell you, the live streams are really, really fantastic because it is an opportunity to mix it up with the comic book community. As I mentioned, all of the comic book soldiers come and hang out for a little bit, and we just have a really good time. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone on Instagram that sent me their email addresses over the last few days. We had an issue. We had a situation with my boy's school. My wife and I aren't a huge fan of like fundraisers and things like that, right? We'd rather just give the money than to get, the tamales or the soup or whatever that thing is that they're trying to get you to buy. I'd rather just give you the money. That way I can be done with it. I don't want to sell cookies. I don't want to do any of that. But this one, they did something interesting with this fundraiser. What they decided to do is that for, these certain tiers, when a kid reaches a certain tier, they have the kid in an assembly come to the front and get recognized with buttons and all of this other stuff. It put a lot of pressure on us because there was no way around this one. There was no donation that would work for this one. So we had to submit email addresses. And so I put up a post on Instagram, and thankfully a lot of comic book soldiers responded, giving me their email addresses, allowing me to go ahead and put those into the system. And by me, I mean my wife put those into the system. And my boy was recognized the very next day with the little button. He received a hoodie, and he also received a t-shirt. And I think he also received a McDonald's like gift card or something like that. So again, I want to give a huge shout out, huge thanks to everybody out there that responded. I absolutely appreciate the response. So we are going to spend some time talking about movies and TV shows in this episode here, just because there is a lot that is going on with movies and TV shows right now. So we're going to spend some time talking about that. We are going to give away this book right here, Batman 404. Thanks to our friends over at Go Collect. One comic book soldier will be walking away with this book in this show. Somebody's going to get this. And then my man Master Blaster sent me a message the other day. He said, "Do you trust me?" I said, "That's a broad question, Master." So that's a broad question. He said, "Do you trust me?" And I'm like, "Tell me more." To open something live on air without you knowing what it is. I said, "That you're asking for a lot, but I do indeed trust you, my friend." So we are going to unbox whatever it is that Master Blaster sent to me here. I don't even want to know how much he paid to get this to me, because we spoke on, I think it was like a Friday, and the thing showed up on like a Saturday. So I don't know how much the man paid. I don't want to know. We are going to unbox that in this show, and whatever it is, we are going to be thankful for it. So with that said, let me say hello to some comic book soldiers, and then we are going to jump into our agenda. Chris Bigger is in here, the soldier reporter that keeps me in the know with information. Shout out to you, brother. It is always good to see you, my friend. Joe, how you doing? He says, it blew my mind. There are so many comics I didn't know I had. I think Joe's going through his collection. Well done. Jerry's in the house. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you, my friend. Chuck is in here. Randy Snake, it's good to see you. Tina, my good friend, it is always good to see you. Thank you for the catch earlier today. Doug is in the house. Blogger extraordinaire. Reggie collects blogger extraordinaire. It's always good to see you. Quest Dog is in here scrolling through. Alan, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you, my friend. Chuck is in here. Shout out to all the people that joined me on Patreon for that impromptu live stream the other day that gave me a lot of insight. I am very thankful for you guys making a little little bit of time. And you're welcome for interrupting your work day with that live stream. Mister's in here. How you doing, brother? It is good to see you. DB is in here. Oh, my good man. My good man. How you doing, Lee? It is good to see you, brother. As always, Blue Rich is in the house. Matt Woods, it's good to see you, my friend. Again, thank you. Thank you. Shout out to everybody that is in here for this live stream. And again, if this is your first time, if you are here in the chat right now, and this is your first time being in a live stream, I want you to shout out like first time here, whatever it is, long time caller, for what is it? Long time listener, first time caller, whatever it is, put it in the comment section so that the blue wrenches can acknowledge you. And then if I see it, I will also acknowledge you as well. But things get moving pretty fast here in the chat, but it is definitely good to see all of you guys. Again, I appreciate it. All right. So the first thing that I want to hip you guys to is some news that broke the other day regarding Sandman. The Sandman show on Netflix is indeed moving forward. They have announced the cast for that show, which means that contracts are done and signed and they are ready to film. In many ways, I feel like this Netflix series Sandman is under people's radar. I really do feel like people are not paying attention to this. People are not talking about it. At least that's my perception. I could be wrong. You guys tell me, but I will tell you for a fact that there is one guy that has been paying attention to this for a long time, so much so that he has written numerous blog posts on the topic that have all been posted to regiecollects.com. And so for that reason, I want to highlight my man, Doug B. Here are all of his wonderful blog posts that have been put out. Netflix and Unchill. I don't know what's going on with that, but Netflix and Unchill his Sandman spec. There are two of those that he has put out back in November 18th, November 25th. Let me make sure you guys can see that. You can indeed. He followed it up then with a Netflix Sandman spec final tips. Final as in the third installment in an ongoing series of blog posts about Sandman. That's really what he meant by final tips. He's like, I'm just getting warmed up and I'm about to drop several more. To that point, we will have 2 additional blog posts dropping this week from Doug. One of them is going to drop on Monday. I still need to set that one up. And then there is going to be another one dropping on Wednesday. So that is going to be a total of 5 different spec type of posts that he has put up on the site regarding Sandman. So if you are thinking about like picking up Sandman comics, if you are excited about Sandman TV show, if you like want to know what's going on with Sandman, there are lots of blog posts on regiecollects.com. So I definitely want to encourage you guys to swing by, check it out. And if there's demand, maybe we'll have Doug on the show and we'll even talk about more Sandman, because I don't think that he has reached the like limit of things that he can say about Sandman. So if there's enough demand, we'll do another one right there. Scrolling through some of the comments here, let me make sure that we are all caught up. Juggernaut, how you doing? He said, can't wait for the show. A great read. That's Sandman. He says, Jaime Sandoval is in here. It's good to see you, my friend. Scrolling through some of the comments here, making sure that we are all caught up on this. Here we go. Chuck is talking about Neil Gaiman is a genius, he says. Well done, brother. Scrolling through some of the comments here, making sure that there's so scrolling through some of the comments here, making sure this is the brother, just in case. This is the brother of the blogger that wrote all of the blog posts about Sandman. And I will tell you that they are all really well done. They really are. And that's why I wanted to highlight them at the top of the show to make sure that no one was lacking for Sandman insight. So there you go. All right. I saw this comment earlier. I saw somebody make this comment earlier, and I could not agree more about episode 4 of WandaVision. It was fantastic. It really was. Partly just because it was like in color, right? I mean, I'm a guy that likes color TV, right? You know, the higher def, the better. Episode 4 was in color. The whole thing, it was great. I was just like in heaven with just the color. But all jokes aside, it really was a fantastic episode. And we are not going to talk about it in detail at all, honestly, because I do not want to ruin it for people. You guys heard me say this before. The first two episodes I felt were a little slow. It was definitely a little slow. I think a lot of people saw, Easter eggs or whatever those little nuggets are in the episodes that they loved. They enjoyed that. Just from a pure entertainment standpoint, it wasn't my jam. It really wasn't. Episode 3, I could see some progress. I'm like, okay, I see some momentum. I feel good about this one. Episode 4 hit. It was great. I absolutely loved it. And I think that they are just getting started in so many ways, And so for that reason, I decided to spend a little bit of time talking about how the WandaVision show is going to be released, because they released episodes 1 and 2 together. I want to say a week later, they released episode 3. A week after that, there was the 4th episode that dropped. And so I just wanted to run through this real quick to give people the dates that they need for the upcoming episodes of the WandaVision show. And so you can see here on screen that February 5th, we are going to get episode 5. The 12th of February, we're going to get episode 6. The 19th, and then the 26th, all of February, we're going to get episode 7 and 8. And then we're going to wrap this thing up in March. Going to wrap it up with episode 9. And as I mentioned to you guys before, my general feeling, to be honest with you, is that I don't know that we are going to get like a season 2 of this. I feel like this is maybe like a 1 season type of jam, and then they're going to roll on to something else. That's my general feeling. I could be completely wrong about that, but my general feeling is that this might be a 1 episode kind of thing. But with the transition that they're going through right now, that might open up the possibility for there to be some other things that actually give them the ability to carry it forward into like a season 2. So we will see how all of this plays out. But again, just wanted to kind of share that information with you guys. Let me scroll through the comments here. It's on every Friday, says Bearded. Yes. Milt says the show is getting better. Can't wait to watch all 9 shows sitting. Oh, well, let me not ruin it for you, brother. Let me not ruin it for you if that's what you're going to do. Let me see who else is in here. Scrolling through. Yeah, I think it is a run into the Doctor Strange movie. Then it's over. And again, that's like, a lot of people are saying this is a setup for the Doctor Strange, which I do believe that, but it just feels like this is like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the way that they've described that as a movie divided up into episodes. That too feels like they're not going to revisit that one. It feels like a couple of these are just really 1 season kind of things. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So scrolling through, episode 4 looked like an actual MCU movie. Amazing show, says Daniel. Well done. Yeah, I feel like 1 season and done, says Randy Resnake. And here's the thing. If we're wrong, I'm going to take credit. I'm going to be like, yes, I knew all along it was 2 seasons. And I'm just going to be like, everybody else is wrong. I'm going to just tell you that right now. I agree. This is a 1 season deal to provide backstory and build up for the MCU movies. I will tell you that part. Well, I guess I can't. The part at the beginning was a nice tie-in to the previous movies. So I kind of dug that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool how they did that. And again, I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't yet seen it. So Jake, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Says it's supposed to lead right into Doctor Strange 2. Here is what is this? I had the feeling from the beginning it would be Sixth Sense or The Usual Suspects moment at some point, says the best. Scrolling through some of the comments, we will all look back on WandaVision and recognize that it's I would probably agree with that, man, that in many ways the hindsight is going to be incredible for some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, for me, because I think that there's a lot of people that look at these movies these shows very, very closely. In many ways, I look at them, am I entertained or not, right? Did I enjoy that as like a casual viewer or not, right? That's kind of how I do it. There's a lot of people that break it down. They're like, if you freeze frame at about 1 minute and 52.5 seconds, you can see in the background, in the upper left. I don't do that. I wait for all those people to do those videos, and then I watch those videos and I'm like, oh yeah, I did not see that at all. Scrolling through, Chef says, nothing wrong with a limited run. Facts. facts. There is nothing wrong with the limited run, right? Scrolling through, I think we are pretty much, Loki might be 2 seasons, says B-Boy. You know, I haven't seen anything on Ariel. I mean, I'm sorry, on Loki, just being completely honest. Not I may have seen like a little bit of a trailer or something like that in one of the things that came out, but not a whole lot. Marvel is looking way into the future, and coming things will, I can't get the end of that, Jerry, but I'm sure you'll repeat it and then I'll be able to capture it that way. Ariel's in the house. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you, my friend. All right. Whoa, wait a minute. There we go. Who is that? Chuck. It's filling in plot holes and questions people have had. Yep. And I think that that's, again, all well done stuff. I think, you know, the big question right now is Mephisto behind it all? Don't say it in the room, but that is one of the big questions, is Mephisto behind it all? So far, I've given you guys a heads up on all of the wonderful Sandman related blog posts that are on RegieCollects.com. So if you are thinking about, speccing or investing or whatever, spending some money on Sandman, you may want to check out the various blog posts that are up on the website right now so that you guys can be as informed as possible about some of that stuff. And then we also spoke basically about the fact that WandaVision is going to be coming out on a regular cadence, February 5th, February 12th, February 19th, and the 26th, and then March 5th. Those are when all of the episodes are going to be dropping, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching those, especially because of episode 4, which was really, really fantastic. All right, scroll down to the bottom. Young Matthew was in the house. It is good to see you, my friend. San Francisco, I think that's part of another conversation. All right, so here's the thing. Daniel P he's like, yeah, just open the box. So here's the question. Do you guys want to open the box right now? If you want to open the box, at least be nicer about it than Daniel P. With, just be nicer. If you guys want to open the box, we can open the box right now by show of hands or comments or whatever. If you guys want to open the box from Master Blaster, we can do that, or we can continue with my actual agenda. I mean, I'm flexible. I'm not picky. I'm not picky at all. Apparently Loki was confirmed. Okay. All right. Scrolling through some of the comments here, somebody just asked me what got me into comics. What I will tell you is that I was invited on a show recently, and I probably won't be able to do it for about 2 weeks. But somebody invited me on the show to basically I'm not surprised you gave that answer, to basically talk about my origin story. So I don't want to ruin it by telling you guys right now, so you'll have to tune into that show whenever that actually happens. So my man, Master Blaster, sent me a message. If you guys are joining a little late, he sent me a message. He said, do you trust me? And my thing was, I stared at the message for a little while. I may have closed the phone and walked away to like pontificate on whether I actually did trust him or not. But then I came back and I was like, yeah, I trust you. He's like, I'm going to send you something. And I'd like for you to open it live on air. And that's asking a lot. That's asking a lot, but we are going to do it because Master Blaster is a good dude. Plus I have his home address. So if we have any issues, we know where he is. But we're going to open this thing up. Shout out to Master Blaster in advance for whatever is in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have broken out into a sweat. How cool. Oh my goodness. If you miss an episode, if you miss a live stream, you miss a lot. Because some people are like, what is that? Man, this is cool. This is cool right here. And on the back side, how amazing is that? So there was a whole, and I don't know how it came up. It was such an organic thing. There was a whole conversation about Regie on a pillow. It was a weird kind of conversation, but then here it is. This is really, really cool. I knew what it was because where is it? Did I lose it? On the top of the box, it had a label that said jail pillow. As soon as I saw that, I knew exactly what it was. But this is a jail pillow. And here is the wonderful pillowcase that I will be resting my head upon very, very soon. Master Blaster, well done, bro. This is honestly fantastic. This is honestly fantastic. Oh my goodness. Hold on, give me a sec. It suddenly got very, very hot in here. Oh my goodness. What is that? Someone said cooler on the other side of the pillow. I want a dozen. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. And I am sweating now profusely from the laughter. This is really well done. Master Blaster, well done, sir. Well done, sir. That is really, really fantastic. All right. So I'm glad we didn't wait for that. What is this? Why is Regie fan? Oh my goodness, brother. It is. I'm still mad. I think this is a one of a kind of thing. Here's the funny thing. This is the fun. How do I explain this to my wife? Right? Like, how do I now say, babe, I have a satin pillowcase, and a gel pillow with my face on. Like, how do I explain that? Right? Do I just put the Gibbon side up and put the Regie side down? Like, how does this work? Like, oh my goodness, this is really well done. All right, let me man, give me a sec. Hold on. Oh man. I'm so glad now that I put the lotion on my face right before I came in here, because the lotion is like trapping the body heat inside of my face, allowing me to sweat even more, right? Well, Gibbon side up. Well done. How did I brother, I don't even know how you explain any of this to anybody's wife or significant other. Like, how do you explain what is transpired here? You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where people are like, so Regie, I was on a show the other day. He was like, tell me about the Gibbon. And I'm like, how do I explain just organic fun? It's hard to explain this stuff to people. You know, big spoon, little spoon. Like, if you weren't at GarageCon, it's hard to get that. You know what I'm saying? And that's to me what makes this so much fun, is that you have to almost be in it to get it and to understand it. Because if you try to explain this to people, they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, no, this is really awesome. You know, it's tough. It is tough. So again, if you miss a show, I'm telling you, you miss a lot. And just maybe we don't tell significant others about any of this stuff. I don't even know how you explain how one man gives another man a pillow with that man's face. It's just, you know, like, how do we, I don't know. Oh my goodness. I first thought it was a flag. Brother, I started laughing as soon as the box opened up, because it said gel pillow right on the top. Where is that? Let me see if I can find it. There was something. It was almost like a little bitty label that said gel pillow. Was that the I don't know what that was. It probably fell somewhere and it slid, and now I have to go digging for it. So we're not going to do that. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. That is really fast. Did he keep? Here's the thing. Again, how do you explain that? You know what's funny? Someone said, you know what's funny is I literally said to my wife earlier today, I was like, babe, I'm going to get flags made. I'm going to get American flags with Regie collects on them, because we are all about, you know, comic book soldiers and military inspired stuff. I was like, we're going to get some flags made. And she was like, okay. And it was like, that was basically the end of it. What is it? I don't know how you explain one man giving another man a pillow. I was trying to cool down, but it's not working. I need to stop making these comments. You guys are awesome. I may need to turn on a fan because I am sweating profusely. All right, so we're gonna keep this. we're gonna keep this thing going on. He's now not making any comments about whether he kept one of the pillows for himself. He's out of it. He's like, no comment, please, no comment. All right, shout out to Blaster, man. That was really fantastic, man. You're going to see photos and possibly videos of this pillow for some time to come. So just be prepared. If you follow me on Instagram, there's going to be some fun hat. All right, so. Again, this episode is really all about, well, first fun, but second, movies and TV shows. So we are going to keep it moving by talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy, a movie that I have been waiting to see. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, right? When they first announced this thing, I was like, I don't know about this, even though I was a Guardians fan from back in the day. Like I have a nice, healthy run of Guardians of the Galaxy from back in the day. This show, the movie, I didn't know what it was going to be, and it turned out to be really fantastic. I've watched each one of the movies several times, and I find myself laughing through them. I really enjoy these guys. And so with all of the controversy that happened with James Gunn, him being fired, then him being brought back, and then him saying, well, I'm going to do it, but after I do Suicide Squad, it appears that things are back on track, which I think is really wonderful. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 to film in UK later this year. And so we can see here that he is actually going to start working on this thing in the second half of 2021. He is in the process right now of doing the spinoff movie, The Peacemaker, featuring John Cena. He's doing that in Vancouver right now, and that's a spinoff of the Suicide Squad. And so I think the Suicide Squad and also Peacemaker are both going to debut on HBO Max. I think you guys know this. We talked about it before. A lot of the movies that were supposed to be coming out are now all going to be pushed to HBO Max, much to the chagrin of a lot of directors, a lot of actors, the theaters. I think a lot of people are upset by this move, but it's one of those things that kind of makes sense from their standpoint. So they're moving forward with this thing, but they are moving forward with him doing Guardians of the Galaxy. And again, I'm very excited about that. But one thing that we do not know where this movie is going to focus, right? There's a lot of people that believe that Adam Warlock was going to appear and is set to appear, but we really don't know that. But recently, they talked about the fact, I think it was James Gunn here, basically talking about the fact that this next Volume 3 is going to spend a lot of time talking about Rocket Raccoon. They're going to be digging into his past. And if you remember, I think it was I can't remember which movie it was, but you saw how his body was put together and kind of, how he was experimented on. And there was like that whole exchange about his background. I think they are now going to go deeper into some of that stuff. So those Rocket Raccoon comics that may be in your collection, you may want to hold on to those. You may want to dust them off, maybe even give them a good read. I'm actually going to be digging into Rocket Raccoon because I have his first appearance, but I've never actually read it. And so I'm actually going to take some time to actually read it because I want to be ahead of the curve when it comes to some of these things. So he says, I'll just say that Rocket is a big part of what's happening in the future. And a lot of this stuff, like the scars we're about to see on his back, sets up what I've been planning for Rocket all along, says James Gunn. And so it sounds like he's been, had this in the works, and he is still going to actually move forward with this thing. So I think that that's pretty exciting. They also give a little bit of insight into this Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. And the reporter was basically asking whether this was a joke. And sure enough, Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special is going to be moving forward. So James Gunn is going to be doing the Volume 3. He's going to be doing the special. And both of those things are actually set in the MCU continuity. So no real clue what that special is going to be, but it's going to be interesting because I definitely dig James Gunn. So that's pretty cool. And what's cool here is that they also give us a little bit of insight here. They say fans won't have to wait long for the Guardians to return to screens. Marvel Studios is currently filming Thor: Love and Thunder in Australia. So overall, I feel very good about what is happening right now in terms of the production, and things are actually moving forward. They're going to be doing Thor: Love and Thunder in Australia. James Gunn is actually going to be helping with that because I think the Guardians are actually in that movie, which then is going to lead to the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and then into the holiday special. That seems to be the way that this thing is going to flow. And it says for Volume 3, we're going to have to wait until this thing actually drops in 2023. Fingers crossed that theaters are actually open by then. And I'm just joking on that. Theater should be set. So let me bounce back to the chat here real quick to kind of see where we are. I was talking about Vegas earlier today with my wife. Milt says, love the Rocket. Still have not read that first appearance, but I am actually going to check it out. Didn't he mention that he told us who did those scars? You know, I mean, I don't remember. I know I remember him. I can't remember who he was talking about how he was experimented on and that kind of stuff, but I don't remember any of the specifics. Again, I watch the movies for like entertainment and not necessarily to dissect them and break them down. There may be folks in the room that have a better memory than I or better analytical skills than I. So something like an Easter egg, scrolling through some of the comments here. What is this? I'd like to see Rocket mix it up with his buddy Howard the Duck. That would be a very, very sarcastic exchange, however long it takes place. Shang-Chi and Thor other movies down under, says Jeff. That Thor title, though, sounds like... Well said, brother. Well said. Scrolling through, it just seems like Thor is going to be like the poster is going to be Thor standing on a mountain and his hair just like blowing in the breeze. You know what I'm saying? He's just holding his hand, holding his hammer in one hand with his hair blowing. You just picture that. I would agree. I think it's going to be cool. I dig Rocket as a character. I enjoy whoever does the voice, whoever does the writing for that character. I enjoy that character. Same with Groot and the banter back and forth. Even though Groot doesn't really say much, I really enjoy what they've done with Rocket. So scrolling through, Milt's dropping. I think we've hit upon something that Milt really digs. He's like, a lot of Rocket's info was in the Guardians cartoon series. I've never seen that. I'm sure others in here have. So very good. Very good. Oh my goodness, you guys are funny. All right. So again, we've covered a lot of ground already, right? Covered a lot of ground, even with the diversion that we took with the really awesome AOK. So the last thing that I have on my list here that I want to get through is Zack Snyder's Justice League. The cut is done. And I actually just watched a short while ago the original cut. I just watched the original cut again. I realized when I was towards the end that I had never finished the movie. I realized that I had never actually finished the movie. I watched it pretty close to the end, but I never actually finished it. So it was cool to actually go back and watch it all the way through. And I know a lot of people did not enjoy it. Again, I'm more of a, am I entertained by this thing? And I was entertained. I mean, it was interrupted several times by my children, but that's par for course, right? So Zack Snyder's Justice League is officially And we are back. And I'm not sure if anybody can actually see me. Can I get a thumbs up if anybody can actually see and hear me? Not a thumbs up, but a we can see you and hear you, Reggie. There we go. And we're back. And we're back. So I am like I want to say like 20% over my limit with the Comcast. So maybe they were like, hey, you're done, buddy. You're done on your last day of the month. You're done. They may have cut me off. Again, thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging in there and for not bouncing. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for hanging in there. All right. So I think the last thing we were talking about was Zack Snyder. The cut is going to happen, and it's going to happen on March 18th. It is finally going to be released. And my hope is that this cut lives up to the expectation, because people are like, release the Snyder cut, release the Snyder cut. Now it is coming. Fingers crossed that it is fantastic. And maybe if it is really good and well received, maybe they will give Zack Snyder the ability to do those additional movies that he wanted to do. Because I think it was like he had in the works 5 movies that he was going to do, and they were all going to be interconnected. That, of course, got interrupted. If the Snyder cut is really good, fingers crossed that it will work. And that article on comicbook.com was actually sent to me by Chris Bigger. The good thing about that is that movie, that cut, is going to get the full treatment. They're going to do the full rollout and all of the marketing efforts that they normally do around, new movies. They're going to do it for the Snyder cut. So fingers crossed that this thing is well received internationally as it gets released. So shout out to you guys. No, it wasn't an earthquake. I don't know what it was. I mean, I honestly think it is. It might have been Comcast that, I'm 20% over my quota for the month. Maybe they just decided to pull the plug on me and shut me down. So, all right, we're going to keep this thing moving just in case not the power, but just in case we lose our connectivity again. So the last thing that we are going to do is we're going to give away this book right here, Batman 404. It is a 9.8 with white pages. I will tell you that when you get this book in the light, you can see that there are definitely some imperfections on this book. I don't know what happened, but this book definitely could benefit from a press, despite the fact that it has that grade right there. So just full transparency there. And then I'm also going to show you guys the other book that's going to be given away. So before I get to that, let me give you guys a quick rundown on all of the videos that are going to be released from the channel over the course of this week. I'm sending books into CGC to be graded, and so I'm going to be showing you those books. We're going to do a what am I submitting to CGC video, so that will be dropping this week. I'm going to be doing a Blue Ocean speculation video, a couple of books. I typically do 2 books in the speculation series. So 2 Blue Ocean books will be reviewed with all of the details, photos, my rationale, as well as the market data. We're going to unbox 2 MCU related first appearances. So we're going to do an unboxing of some awesome books. Both of those books are related to the MCU, at least in my mind. And so we will see over time whether that comes to fruition. And then, of course, we are going to have the live show, the Comics Today live show. And fingers crossed that we can actually get our guest on. We were supposed to do this guest last week, but we had to change it to this week because he had some important stuff that he had to do. So we hopefully will have our guest for this coming Wednesday. I'm also going to release 2 blog posts, one on Monday and one on Wednesday from Doug. Both of those are related to Sandman because Sandman is hot right now. And then I'm also going to be releasing 1 podcast. As a reminder, the podcast is only available on Patreon, and you can join Patreon for as little as $1.99. The other thing is we are going to be doing our Patreon giveaway after the billing cycle, which typically happens after like the first 2 days of the new month. We're going to do a live show, and we're actually going to give away a pretty nice prize pack to a Patreon member. And if you want to see what's in there, if you head over to the community tab, I think I put a photo or 2 up, and certainly it was posted to Instagram as well, so you guys can check that out. All right, so that's the rundown for the content that is going to be coming out from the channel this week. Now let's go ahead and give away this Batman 404. All right. So let me pop over real quick And I'm going to share my screen. We're going to roll some dice, and we're going to take a look at the list. So let's roll this thing, and we have rolled 6. We have rolled 6. Make sure you guys can see that. My windows are now out of order, so I need to rearrange. All right, so there we go. That's better. So we have rolled 6. So now let's go ahead and look at the list of folks that were able to successfully find the video this week that contained the phrase. And the phrase this week was actually 21K in 2021. The reason for that is that the goal for this year for the channel is to reach 21,000 subscribers in the year of 2021. So I thought it made sense to go with that. But these folks were able to find the video with the phrase, and they were able to find the community tab and the link, and then plug in all of their information. So good luck to everybody. And certainly if you guys have any questions about how to enter the Go Collect giveaway that we do every single week here on the channel, if you search YouTube for Regie Collects Go Collect giveaway, there are a couple of videos that can walk you through the process. So we have to randomize this thing a total of 6 times. That is 1. Here is 2. This is 3. 4. Here is 5. H factor was at the top of that one. And the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway for a Batman 404 9.8 with white pages is none other than Jeremy. Jeremy, you, sir, are the winner. And you can see the top 5 right there. Jeremy, Lex, Comic Book Emporium, Untold, and Quest Dog. There we go. Big Wheel was up there. Big Wheel Comics was up in there. So, Jeremy, you have 1 week to send me an email to Regie@regiecollects.com with your screen name, your government name, your mailing address, and I will bundle up this copy of Batman 404 along with an exclusive variant from Go Collect, and I will send it to you. So we'll do that. As a reminder, well, not a reminder, we are actually running low on the Go Collect exclusive variants, so we will probably only have enough for the next 1 to 2 weeks. And then after that, I may end up just throwing in some additional copies of my variant that were below 9.8. So we may throw a couple of those in there. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But definitely stay tuned. Go Collect may actually find some, so we'll see what happens. All right, so let me take this off screen, and then I want to show you guys the book that is going to be given away for this upcoming week. And again, as a reminder, all you have to do is to watch the videos that come out from the channel, and in one of those videos there is going to be a phrase embedded, either pre-recorded or live video, no telling. You capture that phrase, you head over to the community tab, you find the post, you plug it in, and then you tune into this show. All right, so here you go. This is the book that we're going to be giving away. We decided to go a little bit different with this one. This is Two Gun Kid, issue number 73. This is cool because it is a Stan Lee and a Larry Lieber story, which I thought was really cool. Dick Ayers also worked on this one. So this is Two Gun Kid, issue number 73 from 1965. So a very, very cool book. I love the Lieber brothers. So there we go. Really cool book. 9.0 white pages from 1965, which is really, really crazy. The other thing is I wish that I had been able to find a copy of 77, which I believe is like a prototype for the Black Panther. I actually learned that from one of you guys, and I had already bought that book when I learned that 77 had some significance to it. So maybe at some point I'll be able to find the other book. All right. With that said, we are going. Is Jeremy in here? Is Jeremy in here right now? Let me see. Milt's like, I might actually get in on that magic right there. Off-White Tim, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you, my friend. The brothers are indeed. Oh, it's like 2 Chainz. It's like the prelude. What is this? You guys are hilarious. Is Jeremy in here, or were you guys just saying congrats to him? Because I don't see his name. All right. Yep. I don't see his name. All right. So again, I want to thank you guys again for hanging out with me and bearing with me as we work through those technical glitches. Again, I'm about to go put my gel pillow in my fantastic pillowcase, and I'm gonna lay down, take myself a nap. I have a feeling I'm gonna sleep incredibly well. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I think I'm gonna sleep incredibly well on this fine satin here with my face on it. That is right after I explain this whole thing to my wife, which is going to be a challenge. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects, and stay tuned because there is a lot of really great content that is going to be coming out from the channel over the course of this week. Take care.